Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Third Eye Gaming Group D game between Apollo and Flex. This is bound to be a good one. Two teams that are fairly well established in this community, teams you probably both know the names of. So let's have a look at this matchup. What can we expect from these two teams? Apollo, of course, they got knocked out in the loser bracket finals last season, whereas Flex, they did not compete. Formerly of Phoenix Pro, they've now, after going orgless, decided to return to the name Flex. Apologies if I sound a bit different, I'm a bit ill at the minute, so I'll try not to make it awful for you. So we get players joining now. So before we start, for those of you who don't know, my name is Dylan, and we are hopefully going to have a very exciting one. Let's run through the schedule for the rest of the week. Final game will be on Sunday, the 4th of October, between Vanquish and Pyrolysis. That is a Group C game, and I'll be your caster for that one. Then the 5th of October, JPC, the defending champions, will face off against NFD in a Group A game, and that'll be casted by Voxy. So we can look through the map bans. Apollo got the first map ban. They banned Consulate, Flex banned Cafe, then it was a theme park, coastline, villa, and then Flex banning Oregon. Selected clubhouse. There is no overtime, of course. This is a best of one. So Apollo got to split the sides, and they picked to defend first, as you can see, sorry, they are your orange team. We've got J got booted, SMWDX, and Kane. I expect the other two players to be noticed and I hit and miss. Whereas on the side of Flex, we've got AS and Finn. They'll probably have players like Sixer joining. I believe Kalinski is still on that roster as well, and we'll see how they do. Of course, Flex, they were in Season 1 of Third Eye Gaming, back when it was the Astral Global League, or AGL. And I don't think they made it to playoffs. Someone may have to correct me on that one, but I don't believe they did. Whereas Apollo, they ended up your runners-up, going all the way to the finals. So a fairly successful team. The only member of Apollo that was there in that match is J got booted, formerly Jaxwa. And he is still the IGL, of course. So if Apollo win, we'll have an interview with J got booted. And if Flex win, we get an interview with their captain AS. So we'll just wait for the other 5 players to join, then we can jump straight into things. Make sure, of course, if you do enjoy, to drop a follow to keep up to date with all your Third Eye Gaming EU action on the A stream. And of course, you can also follow TEG_B to keep up with your action on the B stream. So I've run through all sorts of introductions, and we're still waiting on the final 5 players. Once they join and ready up, well, final 4 now, 6 are joined. Once they join and ready up, we can jump into our one and only map. So what can we expect to see from both these teams? I think Apollo are most likely going to be your favourites. They've had 2 very strong showings in Third Eye Gaming throughout its iterations. Whereas Flex, they're not a fairly new team, but they've made a few changes. Of course, Finn being picked up, as I'm trying to remember who left, but I can't. Anyway, Finn has been picked up. Phoenix Pro, of course, they were the organisation. They ended up dropping this roster, and AS bringing back the Flex name. Of course, that Flex roster had players like KG on it, and players like Bixer as well. So Apollo, the more established teams, and probably the favourites to win this one. They were, of course, the first team selected in Group D, so they were reckoned to be the 4th seed, and Flex were then slotted in that group. So the rest of Group D, I can hopefully tell you in a second, I believe, is the King's Creed and Secrets. I think Apollo, Flex, and the King's Creed, that's going to be very close to see which out of those 3 teams, which of the 2 of those that make it through. I think Team Secret are definitely the underdogs in that one. So thank you all for hanging around as we wait for the final players to join. And then we can hopefully jump into things fairly quickly. As noticed, is the 7th player to join is, of course, the flex frag role, I'd say. Oh, he's more of a flex now. Of course, Kane being brought in. Putting our goats on the bench. We're probably going to wait for I hit and miss to join. And then we can hopefully jump on into things. As I said, Apollo, they'll be your defending team. And Clubhouse is the map we have today. I am going to message the group as Force Rocker joins. Force Rocker, a new pickup, formerly on Urban, of course. I had the pleasure of working with him a few times. Let me just sort out some admin-y things. Oh, and Force leaves. Okay, so final 3 players. We know I Hit Miss is one. We also know Force Rocket is one. It's who the last player is going to be. Is Kalinski still on this roster? I'm going to double check because I feel like he is. But okay, so I Hit Miss is in a T-Hunt waiting. And we can wait for the final 2 flex players to join. Okay, so we are just waiting for Force Rocket and one other player. I am just going to try and find their roster. Pretty much so I can just confirm what it is, and I can't actually view their roster. Never mind. So I'm not sure who the last player is going to be. So we'll just have to wait for those 2. So fingers crossed they do join fairly soon, so we can get some good siege playing. Actually, the 5th might be Infurious. Dealing with some just dealing with some admin things regarding the final 2 players, and hopefully we do get into action. So that is rather unfortunate why we are waiting here. Apologies for this. So Force does rejoin. So I feel like the last player is going to be Infurious. And then we can just jump into things. Apologies for the delay. Of course, if you are just joining, the map bans were Apollo got the first ban, they banned Consulate, Flex banning Cafe, then it was a theme park, Coastline, Villa ban, and Oregon, leaving us with Clubhouse. And Apollo picked to defend first, and we're just waiting for the final player to join. And then hopefully we can jump on into things. The last player is going to be Infurious. So once all the players are ready up, we can probably start. It's going to be a slow process, probably. And now we have the waiting game, where we just wait for every player to ready up. So Clubhouse, typical Clubhouse operator bans. Let me write this down. We may see a Thatcher and Maverick. Those are the typical two attackers. You often see a Kaid ban as well, and the last ban is usually a rotary one. Echo, of course, is banned due to his yokai glitch, which is always unfortunate. Of course, the yokai glitch, if you don't know, makes them indestructible, and he has been quarantined from Pro League, meaning he is quarantined from almost every other league as well. We are just waiting for SMWDX to ready up, and when she does, we can jump into our one and only map. And she has, so right, there we go. Hey, so Clubhouse, our one and only map. And let's get ready for hopefully a great one between these two fairly well established teams on this map right here. So what am I expect to see? Either a Maverick or Thatcher first, and then you often see the opposite, I should say, for the second ban. It's usually a Thatcher ban first, but of course with his nerf, who knows? But it is going to be the Thatcher ban first. No major surprises right there. I'm expecting to see a Maverick next. We may see a Monty as well. Monty, because he is very, very annoying to deal with. Looking at this Apollo roster, I don't really see anybody playing that Monty, to be honest. But the Monty ban going to come out anyway. That leaves a Maverick on the board, which is a fairly powerful operator. Of course, he's not got a real counter apart from a C4, but that's not really a reliable counter, as it relies on good positioning, and a Monty could usually just walk away, and then C4 ends up not doing anything. It's actually going to be a Vigil ban, and well, I hit and miss. He does like to play his Vigil. Well, obviously he can't anymore because that Vigil ban going to stop any plans for him in his track, so he'll probably just sit on the Jaeger. No biggie there, and the last one's going to be a Clash ban, leaving Mirror up. Of course, Flex, they aren't really the team to ban Mirror, they usually know how to counter her, so I'm not really surprised to see her left up by them. And I think Apollo, they just don't want that Clash to be there, because Clash is a very annoying operator, especially with some long corridors, and so you can just sit her up in catwalk and she becomes very difficult to deal with. We are going to head to CCTV first. Of course, Ace and Malusi are in play, no Zero though, and we are going to see Malusi and Ace being played. Noticed and Jay bringing both the electrical deniers and Inferior 6 picking from the Amari on to the Astra. Fairly standard operator lineup, I should say. Of course, the Hibana is really here for hatches and also that construction push, because you often get the A/Thermite pushing the main cache, that main CCTV wall, sorry, and you get the Hibana pushing this construction wall. So let's have a look at how Apollo are gonna set up. It's looking fairly standard so far, but of course that's been about 5 seconds. We're getting some fairly standard rotations coming out. The shield getting placed on the cache doorway, going to allow for some presence in CCTV, which is often, without that shield, very difficult to have. The garage rotate is going to come out as well. We're also going to see, we'll probably end up seeing the rotation, but no smoke being picked, and that's fairly surprising, as I get a notification that my batteries are low, so I'll just be 1 minute.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Device is on. Drones ready. Device placed. go. Deploying magnet. Drone activated.
Bomb has been located.
Activating Selma sequence. Drones up and run. Mag change!
Target!
Reload! Activating Selma! Take that! Reloaded! I think we'll switch. They cleared the blast!
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Defender is approaching a kill zone. Defender has left the area of operation. Defender is exposed. Seconds remaining. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers need to locate and defuse as they can.
Time to armor up. Where you lie at your back. Razor wire deployed.
Seconds to go. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it. Defender is approaching a kill zone. Defender has been discovered.
You can stop worrying about grenades now! Reaching with Selma. Drone ready! I'm reloading! Time to
bomb has been located.
Swapping mags.
Defender has left the designated staging area. Attackers dropped the diffuser. Defender is exposed.
Reloading.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Pressure wire going up. Enjoy the view.
Loading the magazine! Reloading on ammo!
5 seconds remaining. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Feet up. Stop worrying about grenades now. You can stop worrying about grenades. Reloading! Cover! Wall secured!
Bomb located by attackers.
Changing mags.
Cell is activated. Loading map.
Fifteen seconds to go. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to go. Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
ADS deploying. Ready to go.
All reinforcements nearly done.
Vision device.
10 seconds to insertion.
Device placed.
5 seconds to go.
Magnet deployed.
Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
In this sector.
Set device. Place device.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Swapping mags!
Bomb located by attackers.
Changing mag.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Magnet going out. Sequential breach activated. Fins up.
A bomb has been located.
I'm reloading.
Blast area!
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Swapping mag.
Wall stop!
Media deployed, ready to go. Razor wire going up.
Bench is ready.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Look at my evil eye.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Swapping mix.
Drone.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Needles out. Switching mags. Breaching sequence activated.
Attackers have located.
Deploying server!
My mic's muted. Oh my days, I'm so sorry.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Oh dear. Well, that is rather unfortunate. I believe I muted it when I went to sneeze, so apologies for that. I was wondering why it sounded a bit quiet. For those of you who weren't here at the start of the stream, the reason my voice is kind of like this is I'm ill at the moment. Apologies for that one. Well, I'm going to reiterate all my points that I've pretty much waffled through immediately. But we saw this site back in round number 3, and it's the only site that flexes 1 thanks to 1 versus 1. Virgil, do you know how long my mic was muted for?
5 seconds left before insertion.
Because I don't remember
Attackers'
muting
objective
it,
is to
so
locate
unless
a
it
bomb and defuse it.
accidentally muted itself, that would be rather unfortunate. think I muted it one round. Yeah, I did. Oh, I muted it when I went to turn my phone on. That was it. Turn on my charger. Anyway, apologies for that. So I don't know how long you've been sat there without listening to me. That is completely my fault. So we've got Jay. He's going to be on this mirror. I've been talking about how strong Apollo have looked. I hit and miss especially, and we've got to watch out for him because, well, we've seen what happens when you don't, and it costs Flex dearly. He's going to be sat on site right now, as he is limited to where he can play, and that mirror has been popped immediately, thanks to Sixer down below. Well, we've noticed that those walls have been stopped the whole game. That is unfortunate. Apologies for that. It probably might be a bit better for you because I'm not exactly sounding too good right now. So, anyway, Notice is going to get droned out, and he's going to have to reposition down the hatch, destroy the drone at the bottom as well, and forfeit any construction control. Got Finn and Sixer making their way into construction, and Furious on the knock. I was talking about how this was an interesting pick, and well, he 6-picked off and stayed on that operator. Notice hasn't been droned out. How on earth is he been still allowed to chill down below? Frag grenade gonna come out to destroy the castle barricade, but it's gonna get zapped by the ADS, meaning that Furious is very much trapped because he doesn't have any left. Yes, Selmas are gonna come off right now, making a rotation into logistics. And well, it's going to fail slightly as we've got the Hibana holes being made now into bedroom. Okay, I'm going to be holding a tight angle right now, looking for the headshot. He's going to swing out, just fire some shots and hope to get a headshot, but he doesn't force Rocker. How on earth? But he does get refragged almost immediately. Sixer there with that one, and Furious is getting ready to walk onto site. He's going to get shot though, briefly, by the player on the stairs, which happens to be Noticed. And I hit and miss finds the kill onto Sixer. And Furious getting ready to look for a player, and he's going to see a player deal a fair bit of damage to Notice, but not as much as I would have expected. That gun is really not very good, and how on earth has Notice been able to get the pistol kill? Jay tries to land some shots. Notice misses his, and it's going to go down to a forced plant right now. A 1 versus 1, because who's there? It's SMWX, and she gets the down. Oh no, that's a disaster. As SMWX walks wide, gets the down, and Apollo have been able to steal that round. So we are going to swap sides, and you'll actually be able to hear me cast rather than me not doing anything. Once again, apologies on that one. Thought I unmuted it, but evidently not. Anyway, have a look at the leaderboard, and it is utter domination from the side of Apollo. And one man in particular, I hit and miss, going 12 and 4. Noticed going 5 and 3. Jay got booted, going 4 and 1. SMWX going 3 and 1, and Kane going 2 and 3. Meanwhile, on the side of Flex, Furious and AS going 3 and 5, 3 and 4 respectively. Finn going 2 and 6. Sixer going 2 and 6, and Force Rocker going 2 and 5.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So we are going to be back, but not with Apollo. CCTV, third time we've seen it. Defenders have a 100% win rate on it. Apollo are going to hope that they can get rid of that one, and Force Rocker is going to be reinforcing that one. Six are going to be rotating up catwalk, going to walk through now into construction, going to be placing those ADSs.
5 seconds remaining.
And reinforcements will come out. And the sound propagation going to come out. Actually, no, that's to place a mirror on it, I believe. Yes, bringing out the mirror struts. Going to make it harder to destroy. Or not, he's going to change his mind, decide that he wants to put one on the wall that you can't put one on. I think that is too small, AS. Well, flashbangs coming out fairly early on and getting destroyed. The floor getting destroyed from below. The mirror coming out. That is to make it harder to be destroyed.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
AS going to be having quite a nice angle out onto the exterior balcony. SMWX is going to have to Maverick trick, sorry. And not doing the best job of the season, but it does the job. AS takes a lot of damage, and that was from the Ash of I hit and miss. He jumped up, said hello, and ran away swiftly. Finn going to be holding the angle right now, looking for that player outside. The diffuser has been left. And Finn juggling angles right now. In a difficult position. AS though gets down by Notice, and Kane finds the kill onto Infurious as well, so it's not going good. It's not going well, sorry. Force Rocker on that bandit as Notice gets taken out from Sixer. He's going to be watching below him as he sees a player. It's the Sledge of Kane, does a bit of damage, sorry, to him. Has to be careful because that's when WDX is on this outer balcony, as is the ace of J got booted. It's making it pretty much unpeakable. That Malusia Finn is very much trapped, and Sixer takes a bit of frag grenade damage, but he takes a bit more damage when his head gets popped off by Kane. Force Rocker gets taken out by hit and miss, and SMWX and Finn end up trading, allowing Apollo to take themselves to match point. And well, another great round from Apollo. We've just seen domination from I hit and miss, especially that second round. I had some decent call-outs, decent casting at those parts as well, besides the unfortunate sound of my voice. Well, that is rather unfortunate on that part. Anyway, we are going to go back to cash CCTV. Apollo have a 100% win rate here on both attack and defense. So it's incredibly important for Flex to win this round, get rid of any momentum that Apollo have really had for the past 4 rounds. They haven't lost a round since all the way back in round number 3, which came down to 1v1. They won in, which Flex won in about the final second.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So we are once again gonna see this site. AS gonna be bringing the mirror struts once again. We haven't really seen Apollo do many mirror struts aside from that one round. Well, aside from Gym Bedroom, which you would expect. Because you missed it, I'm going to talk over the bans and my thoughts on them. Thatcher and Monty fairly standing bans, leaving the Maverick up. The Vigil towards I hit and miss. We know how strong he is on the Vigil.
Bomb located
But,
by attackers.
I have seen a lot of Vigil ban on this map before, mainly in scrims, etc. But I've seen him banned nevertheless, and Infurious going to get ready for a potential run out now. And there's Kane getting ready to push into Stockroom.
Ready to torch.
Now you see, now you don't.
And well, Kane might push into Stockroom. He would have to be careful because that is Infurious waiting there with his shotgun. Indeed he is. He gets blown. Well, he gets his brains blown out quite literally with a headshot coming out from Infurious with that shotgun. I'm going to spin around, do a cheek 360. As we got another Maverick trick come out from SMWX. He's going to throw a grenade on in. And it does actually end up getting that bandit battery. I'm kind of surprised it did. It seemed a bit far away. Finn once again going to be playing in catwalk right now, and he's going to push out, going to see an impact grenade, yeet one and land an absolute bonker of a shot onto SMWDX. Playing a bit too much Pokemon there, tries to catch SMWDX, doesn't manage to, well, he finds the capture, but not the kill. And a bit of peeking, but in peeking, biting off more than he can chew right there with that duel. He does have to be careful because there's not a lot he can do. One's watching the window, one's watching the rotate hole. He's very much trapped. He could try and vault over, and rotate below, but well, now we can't because guess who's there and waiting? It's I hit and miss. That Maverick is getting so close to being able to see, but SMW not landing the shot she needed. Notice gets taken out by Sixer. SMW next finds the kill onto Finn. I hit and miss, getting ready to run up the stairs. He's going to see the player behind him. Can he land the headshot onto the Jaeger? No, he can't. Doesn't land anything more than 1 bullet's worth of damage onto Sixer, who manages to continue his reign of terror.
Get clear!
And Sixer, well, this mirror setup, not exactly ideal anymore. One wall is soft and there's a big hole in the other one, leaving us with the potential. Furious with the SMG-11 headshot onto Jay, got booted from an absolute mile away. Great kill right there, and SMWX gets taken out as well, leaving I hit and miss in A1 versus 4. He's got Force Rocker below to deal with as well. And well, he's got to hold his position. Going to look for the Jaeger, find the kill, gives away his position. He gets picked up by Furious, but he is going to have to reposition. It's not going to matter because, well, Furious, he's got the shotgun. I hit and miss is basically on no health, and they're just waiting and watching. The flashbangs coming up for I hit and miss. Is he just going to wait? Most likely he is. He's going to flush himself as well, because why not? And Furious going to think about jumping on over. Why not? You might as well. You got nothing to lose. Can he find the shotgun kill? Yes, he can. Down goes I hit and miss, and Flex take a much needed round. And a good round there from the Flex guys. I said they needed to win that round. It was crucial that they did. Well, of course it was. It's match point. And, well, we're going to need to see a few more rounds like that before we can... before we see a comeback. So we're going to head down into Church and Arsenal. It's probably probably best you didn't hear me in those first like 5 rounds, because I'm not going to lie, it sounded a lot worse than I'm sounding right now. So although it may have been a blessing in disguise, shall we say. Anyway, unfortunately, I wish you would have told me earlier, Virgil, because you have been watching like the entire game. Anyway, Force Rocker going to be bringing out the Jaeger instead of the Legion, and this is a very important round right now for Flex. They need to win the next 4 in a row to salvage any points from this one. Of course, with TEG it is a best of 1. It's not been doing too. It's not been treating them too good right now. And Fierce, the only player going positive with a KD of 1, going 6 and 6. Oh, you're doing something. Okay, no worries then. Meanwhile, well, it's just I hit and miss and I hit and miss things. He hasn't had as big of an impact as he had at the start. Of course, he had a very nice ace on the Rook.
10 seconds left.
Which is probably like the only bit of casting I did that you can probably understand from that first half. Of course, you can't anyway, because I was a bit of a moron. Anyway, Infurious bringing out that Malusi. And, well, he might try something a bit aggressive. He held here last time. He held here, sorry, last time with the shotgun, but this time I'm going to be playing the Malusi instead. We do have a very different attacker lineup being brought. We've got the Maverick, Hibana, and Ace. Very cautious of people nearby. And he's going to think about dropping down below, and that might be slightly wise, but he's going to have to be careful, because who's that? It's going to be Infurious, I believe. Indeed it is. He's going to sit in garage. He's not going to do anything too rushed right now. SWX does take a lot of damage. Meanwhile, the bullets spray through the wall. The player watching takes a little bit of damage. That's the Jackal of Cain that finds the kill. But Sixer there with the refrag once again. Gets the kill onto SMWDX4 with the health advantage in the hands of the defenders as well. Force Rocker holding a very nice angle. And Sixer going to play slightly more aggressive AS. Punching some plates right now. As I hit and miss is going to start droning for the rest of Apollo. Notice, going to start to push now. He's going to move away. Kane going to spin around for a bit, not really do much. To be honest. Yes, he's got that nitro cell ready, and that could be a very nice throw. Sixer takes a bit of damage because I hit miss has dropped. The C4 gets wasted.
Attackers have located a bomb.
AS going to be holding that angle because that wall has been left soft. And I hit and miss. He's going to get ready to peek it now. Sixer takes a little bit more damage now, and there's a punch hole. He doesn't land the shot onto Sixer though. He's going to get the default. It's been a while. If you really notice it, the drone's going to come out right now. Sixer going to carry on shooting some shots. He's actually going to look away at the wrong time. He's going to know that somebody was there far too late. Sixer takes even more damage and finally gets down. But notice the ace picking up the kill there. Drop coming down, and AS is there and waiting. A beautiful headshot onto Kane to equalise things. He's got to be careful because he's going to get wall banged. And indeed he does. I hit and miss finds that kill, leaving us in a 2 versus 3 and Finn. And Sixer, now just Finn, left all on his own. He's got to look for those final players. He knows there's a player there. He's going to get shot through the wall. I hit and miss, finding the final kill. And Apollo take that map 7-2 very, very quickly. A great showing of their dominance. And we will now have an interview with Jay Got Booted to look forward to. And well, they definitely showed why they're so strong. I hit and miss guns 17 and 5. A great performance. All players on Apollo going positive. And we will have our interview with Jay. Hello. Hello. So, congratulations there. A pretty dominant one, wouldn't you say?
Very dominant, very, for a team that I thought would be better.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say we expected a lot more things from Flex, but I've got to say you guys really did outclass them. I hit and miss in particular, going 17 and 5. It's always nice when your fragger frags out like that, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. It means that support lives are easier. We don't have to like clutch up as many rounds in chest, and then everyone else can just chill, bro.
Yeah, so I think you said you expected them to do better. I think all of us did expect them to do better. They had to pick up with Force as well. No longer got Scram anymore, who was one of their probably better players at times. It's fair to say you've been very successful in TEG's past, coming second, and then also getting knocked out in the lower bracket final, so technically I'd say third. Are you going to hope that this season is finally the season that you can get your first place that you may think that you've been deserving for a while?
Obviously, since the first and second season, we've had massive roster improvements, so I think hopefully this, well, I'll be disappointed if we don't take this season. I definitely think this is our strongest team yet. So
yeah, looking at your group, it's quite an interesting one. It's you guys, Flex, the King's Creed, and Secret. The King's Creed having a very strong game against Secret. I think it was a 7-0 in the end. So I'm gonna ask this question: who do you reckon will make it out of groups in your group?
Jesus, I don't actually know. After Flex's performance like that, I think I'll be surprised if King's Creed don't come through. Like they have a good roster, so they'll probably come through with us.
Yeah. So I think yourselves, well, as you just said, you reckon you will go through. I think the majority of people will probably reckon Apollo go through. Who are your biggest rivals at the moment, aside from people? Let's say people not in your groups. Who are your biggest rivals?
Not in our groups, probably. Well, obviously, you know, Venga boys or UIT Athena, as they are now, and then probably, you know, I've known Davin for quite a while now, and still good competition between our two teams. And then other than that, you've got. But I don't really have any other rivals. You have the teams that you want to beat, like JPC, because they're like well known, like well renowned for being a good team. So.
Definitely, you've got, as you said, a bit of rivalry with Davin. He's been on the team that's knocked you out both times now, so obviously you're going to be trying for third time's the charm. But, at the end of that, anything you want to say to the people in chat who have stuck around?
Well, thank you for tuning in, and make sure you tune in every other game if you want to see more 7-0s coming from Apollo. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay, thank you for joining me, Jason. Congratulations on your win and good luck with your future games.
Thank you, and thank you for casting.
No worries.
In a bit.
In a bit. Okay, so that was Apollo dominating Flex right there. I hit and miss in particular, going 17 and 5. I think as Toot said multiple times, I hit and miss, he rarely misses, and that was one of those days where, well, he really didn't miss. Great showing from him and the rest of the Apollo guys and girls. So a big congratulations to them. Thank you all for sticking around in chat, and apologies for my voice sounding so awful at the minute, and apologies for being a bit of an idiot at the start, but I hope you did enjoy. Make sure you do drop a follow to keep up to date with all your A-Stream action for Third Eye Gaming EU. Well, I think Apollo have definitely made a statement right now. They're coming for Athena, and they're going to try. Jason, third time's the charm. He's going to hope that they can take out Davin Atkins and the rest of the Athena guys. So it'll be interesting to see how far they get in this league. I said at the start, Season 1, they came second. In Season 2, they came third. So Season 3, who thinks, well, they will hope that they can do the other more prestige position out of those two. So thank you all for joining. Make sure you do drop a follow, as I said. Make sure you follow on Twitter at EU_third to keep up to date with any notifications when we go live and any sort of announcements for future games and anything like that. If you want to support the B stream, you can at TEG_B, and that's the B stream, of course. But if we get 2 games going on, there'll be another game there as well. So thank you all for joining. That's it from me. Bye bye, and hope to see you all soon. Goodbye.